Welcome back, everybody, to the Gears Pro League Split 1 day number 6. We are now in our fourth and final series, and this one's going to be a good one. UYU versus VQ. And I know I don't even really have to set the stage for you guys at home to know how exciting this is going to be and how serious both teams are taking this. I'm Taylor Reflections Obo, joined by Colin the Crow Clark. How you feeling about this series, my guy?
I'm actually really excited to see this series. Look, UYU's coming off of a pretty tough loss, pretty disheartening loss yesterday, as well as Vanquish. Both of these teams need a win now, and if Vanquish loses and UYU wins, that's going to put UYU back into that driver's seat to maybe finish out undefeated the rest of the way, try to get that second place seeding overall. So this means a lot for UYU. It also means a ton for Vanquish. They were one of the hottest teams coming into each and every week. We were talking about how great they were, how high of a caliber they were playing. So I see both of these teams coming out firing on all cylinders. They're going to both try to get this victory, and they're both going to try to get it pretty intensely. I can't wait to see this match.
I can't either. And you know what? I want to talk about something very important, and that's the stats, right? That's done by our great man Prodigy. And these stats are very important to look at because last season, UYU dominated, the top 10, top 5 positions. But this time, though, it's actually 4 members from VQ. Vital, Acells, Precision, and Reptilian with Zysho into the mix. And I guess that makes sense, too. He played very, very well earlier in his series, and maybe that's why gave him the added edge to beat the boys of PK. But this is impressive to look at. Literally, they have flipped the script, and this is why VQ has been so deadly.
Well, this is one of the things that I think that a lot of people are going to have to catch on to as this pro league goes on. VQ's been extraordinarily deadly when they have to be, when they're playing against teams. One of the things that they're very capable of doing throughout all of their matches are rotating around and helping one another out, whether it's getting any extra damage coming into a fight or if it's just all the extra kills they get because they're flying around at full speed, getting a lot of shotgun fights on people that are unbeknownst to them, getting flown at. So Vanquish, they've built this roster to be very strong, to play well with one another. That's what these high KDA means. It also doesn't hurt that their KDA is off of a decent number of rounds. They're able to basically, they've been wiping the floor with just about everybody they run into, except for, the one loss that they've now taken. But pretty much outside of that, they've been dominant in their winning and dominant in their showing when they actually do win, with how many kills they get and being able to assist one another throughout the rounds.
Yeah, VQ losing to Fire and Ice, for any team to, but this is the thing, we didn't expect Noble to beat PK, right? So it's just weird, any team has an opportunity to beat those, the best teams out there. It is what it is. And for Fire and Ice, they're an inconsistent team, but a team that surprises everyone from time to time, which is really, funny to kind of say. The first victory that was really big for them was versus Rise. Beating VQ obviously was massive, them taking their first L. For UYU, though, losing to Carnage, like you said, that was a devastating loss. And I'm super curious to see which one is going to outweigh the other. The Carnage loss or the FNI loss, which one hit harder for both rosters. But let's move into our pick and bans, kind of break this down, see what maps we're going to be playing on. Ascar, and then walk me through this.
Well, we saw UYU take a flyer on Reactor a few weeks ago. They said, hey, maybe we'll give it a chance. Maybe we'll play it. I think it might have been in an E-Days. And looks like they've gone back to not wanting to play that map at all. I love the Asylum pick. We've seen how proficient they are on that map, especially with solidifying up their spawn routes, allowing Powerz to play that 1v1 spot across the top of the entrance in the first half. Vanquish, they picked Vaskar because they think they can probably out-rotate him, maybe fly around the map a little bit faster and get a bunch of extra kills to apply pressure to UYU. But then it comes to Forge. This is one of those things where I really like how Vanquish said, we're going to take away Training Grounds, which is one of their better maps. They took away District, which was one of their better maps. Vanquish is playing to win this, if you ask me. They gave UYU the choice of Bunker or Forge, and both of those maps UYU has fallen short on multiple times. With it, I really do believe that Vanquish has won this pick and bans process.
They might have. Vaskar for sure is where they're going to shine. Look, VQ has beat many of the top teams. That includes Pittsburgh Knights, going way back in the E-Days at the very beginning. They ended up beating them 5-1 on Vaskar. That's because we know how strong, PK at least was in the beginning when it came down to Vaskar. So that's going to be good. For Forge, though, I'm not going to lie, it's a toss-up. Like you said, UYU struggles on it, but so does VQ. Don't get it twisted. VQ does struggle. So if it goes to game 3, it's pretty much up in the air. I have no idea who's going to take it. but I have to give my prediction anyways. Now, tonight was the idea, at least the idea behind tonight was to kind of catch up in the leaderboards, right? Noble kind of ruined it. That's okay. I'm happy that they did take the victory genuinely. But for tonight, I got to go with VQ. I think VQ is just the stronger team. I think the loss that they suffered versus Fire and Ice, I think was a fluke. They're going to let it go, and they're going to come back in and show why 4 of the 5 members are within that top 5 position in overall KDA. But Colin, who are you going with?
Well, I'm a man of the people. I like to get my information. I like to scout out how these teams are going to take these fights, how they're going to go about winning these matches. I'm very close to both of these coaches. I'm very close with Alex MLG Great from the side of Vanquish. I'm very close with Nick Ashes from UYU. And, I just want you to know how important this is to both of these coaches. They've spent a lot of time really just drowning themselves in footage. And the best way to spend their time during this matchup, not talking over picks and bans, they decided to play iPhone beer pong minigames. So that to me tells you just how intense this battle is going to be. Their 10 players are going to battle it out on these maps, and they're battling it out in iPhone games. And right now, MLG Great, I believe, has the lead. I think he won the first matchup. So I think MLG Great's going to come out on top of that one. But outside of that, how do I put this? Vanquish also has 3 players that don't play with hit markers turned on.
But it works. It's been working. Now, hold on. It's been working. That's crazy.
It's been working, but that's nuts. So when you do something nuts and I find out about it, I pick the other team because I can't go with nuts. I got to see how stability goes for me this week. I'm going to go UYU. I'm going to fall on that shield one more time. I don't even care. I'm sticking with my boys that I stuck with since week 1 when I picked them against PK. Move on with your life, Taylor.
Hey, Colin, confidence is great, but sometimes being wrong while also being confident, that's where you have a problem. VQ is 100% going to take it. Chat, what are you thinking, though? Who are you with? And you went with UYU.
It was 58%. 58%. It was 58%. Close. It was closer than I think I would have liked it to be, or what most people probably would have thought it would have been.
But 58% is still the majority, is it not? So check this out. Chat, Colin, it's okay to be wrong every once in a while. VQ, I think they're going to take this without question. This is the thing. Someone in chat, Reflections pick VQ, so GG UIU victory. You know what? He might not be wrong. I'm not going to lie. I can't say the name, and Wanna King and hey, look, check it out. You might be right. I am apparently one of the worst predictors. If I predict your team to win, you're probably gonna lose, and that is a shame. But I think tonight we're gonna break that curse. VQ, I think they're good to go.
Go here on to Asylum. We're gonna see how both of these teams played. It looks like we're gonna have a 2-1-2 for the side of UYU. I actually love that little play. They're going to try to overpower the top entrance and put pressure on Vanquish to rotate back.
All right, well, VQ off to a great start. Explosive, though, is going to manage to angle out Reptilian. He will fall to the wayside, and that's 2 down now for the boys of VQ. Big battle on the B, though, taking place. It's going to be a couple of trades. We will see, though. VQ is going to manage to get a couple of kills, but that is where the buck stops. Acells, Precision, last alive. Hndles coming off the respawn. UYU not getting too antsy. They can't, after all. They only have 3 members left. So VQ, they're going to push in, but this is going to be a big break. Reptilian's going to pick up one, but can't get the others. These are long respawns, folks, so you don't want to fall off, even if you fall right next to your spawn.
Now you're going to see Acells. He's going to try to take this 1v bottom of the tracks against, I believe that's TJ. TJ's going to have some help from Praized over the top. They get the down there, get the kill cleaned up. Precision's waiting in the wings, though. We're going to see here Vital Sam against Kenny in the middle. Vital will win that one, take over that middle pavilion. A little bit of help from his teammate Precision, who is in that back cave. 2-1 hill advantage, flipping over to UYU momentarily. Will Precisions get killed up? No, he's going to get downed again. There's the double Lancer fire out. They're going to try to get a 3rd down on him. They couldn't get it, though, so he's going to scamper away with his life. Precisions will be on his last down and out. This will be very concerning going into the later rounds of this later portions of this first round. 150-point marker will be crossed here very shortly. Explosive is down. Vital Sam tries to move up. Not going to be able to catch anything just yet. It looks like they're going to rotate down toward the B hill and force Vanquish to make a move.
Vanquish is going to have to make that move. Like you said, there's a couple of worrisome points, right? Reptilian, Hndles being at lives 2 out of 4. Granted, they'll give it one more push. Doesn't work out. They'll give it up. They'll still be okay. VQ, though, is going to make the break onto B. However, UYU is already on the streets. They've made the overextension possible. That's 3 down for the boys of VQ. Acells is now going to be in a very tough spot. Bit of a misroll. Nowhere he can go. No fault of his own. Hndles now last alive, and he'll try to take down any UYU member that he can. But we know that it's over with. Precision actually will respawn. He had a life to give, so he's going to try and assist. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be too much. UYU, an impressive first round. That pressure was real, and the teamwork is great. Hndles popping off, but we know it's all for show.
All for show, all for stats, but 1-0 comes away. UYU eliminate Vanquish off the first round. But it was a good initial for Vanquish. They win B-Hill. They might have lost the home-to-home stretch. They were trying to get back into it, but the defensive standby UYU a little too strong for them to start off with. They end up getting 1 or 2 picks, and the pressure on to Precisions. When he was down twice and had to pull out of the fight, when you take a guy like Precision out of the fight, that's a huge advantage for you and your team. It makes them that much more. That just really cripples their offense if you take Precision out of it.
Oh, 100%, man. Precision is that player that is truly impressive on the VQ roster. He pops off. He's just a great player. And like you said, taking him down, it's going to hurt. But hey, he's okay for right now. 4 out of 4. Matter of fact, everybody's sitting pretty. Of course, UYU is going to have a little bit of a leg up, but we know that can change very quickly. But that first round was great. UYU was in control. He did such a fantastic job pushing VQ back, staying in control, and not getting too reckless, not getting too aggressive. It was a very good balance overall. Smokes are down. Acells, though, is going to drop Praized. Praized will get picked back up, so the battle will ensue. VQ, though, just like round number 1, will strike first onto the neutral.
See Acells here, stacked up back of the tracks. He's going to see Praized move up, a couple of shots on. They're going to throw smokes. There's the stun possibility onto Acells, but they actually throw it just a little bit short of him. They're going to get the down onto TJ. Praized tries to move up. He gets killed, but traded out. Acells immediately wins that. Now Kenny comes in. Good kill there by Kenny. He's going to take over the B-Hill. 2v2 on the rest of the map. You're going to see Reptilian up top of the entrance, and Xplosive is just playing back.
He is. Kind of curious as to why. I guess he's going to be worried about Reptilian. No reason to push this. But now I'm curious, will Reptilian actually call out the rotation? And he does, at least for one more player. So Vital Sam is going to join into the mix to push up with Reptilian. They're going to go ahead and just hang back just a second, though. I'm worried if they do push forward, you have that player who's going to be just on the other side. That's TJ, right? TJ, the new addition to the roster, but so talented indeed. Hey, UYU's happy with this. It's a standstill. You got a pavilion fight going down, and actually hold up. UYU is going to start to get taken down. Praise now on the back pedal.
It was a brilliant 3-man push straight through the middle of the bat cave. They get that first shot off. TJ's going to go for the flank there. Acells calls him out, gets the shot onto him. Xplosive right behind him, and that could be an elimination, or that could be a domination because they're going to spawn in, but I don't think anybody's going to make it there. They're going to get the first touch. Powerz tries to pull off, tries to get a kill there. Won't be able to get anything, and he goes down. That'll be taken out, and that will be your domination in favor of Vanquish.
Yeah, great to see them answering back. It's what we needed, right? You know, that first round, it was so good for the boys of UYU, and I kind of was a bit worried, right? After that first round, you always get worried, but this is the thing, okay? And if you're just joining us, VQ always loses round number 1. Now, granted, our producer did ask the coach and said, you know, what are your predictions for this series? Who do you think is going to take it? And he said, he didn't give us an answer as to who he thought was going to take it. You would think he would say VQ with him being the coach of it. However, he did say, hey, my prediction is we win round number 1 on both maps, or all 3 maps, granted. Already prediction wrong, but that's okay, though, because they clean it up in true VQ fashion. They tie it up. I like it.
One way or the other, we got incendiaries out now, so UYU won't have the smokes to kind of cloud up those lanes. We're going to see here what they do with those incendiaries in these early goings. I'm pretty sure you're going to see UYU try to overload that train track side. They're pretty famous for that down here, especially with the, they're going to overload the middle. Here comes the second and the third player. They're not putting Powerz into the 1v position just yet. He's taking the underpass. He's not been called out. He's there. He is. He's going to get marked out. Hndles will see Powerz trying to go for the rotational flank. UYU, I think, is going to try to bait out that incendiary early from the side of Vanquish. They're going to try to put that pressure onto Vanquish to use the utility first. Vanquish does have the lead, so it is going to be UYU that's going to have to make that first move. Powerz slides in, shot over the cover. Hndles doesn't catch anything. He catches a little bit of him there. Just posturing for position right now. All quiet on the eastern front. Front train will come through. 2 members of UYU take over the backside of the train. Kenny looks like he goes into the middle pavilion. He's going to try to set up for once it goes away.
Oh, the ensign. He's holding on to the ensign. Acells has it. It finally goes, and he misses. no reason to hold. Well, actually, he does connect on to TJ. I think he ended up taking enough damage because he stuck it, but no reason to hold on. It's something that we've seen the drop shot, right? That's why many people have not been getting as much value, but hey, it might be okay. Vital Sound pushes up, hits a couple of good spreads onto Praized as well as Kenny. Acells is going to be there. Precision going for the pickup. Praized goes in for the cleanup. He gets the second kick in the face, at least cleans up 2. And actually, that will actually be 3 now, falling to the wayside. Reptilian and Hndles last up. That was a good win for UYU.
You're going to see a crossover. Nobody from top entrance is actually going to press up. They had a 2v1 for a while. They didn't take the advantage. So now, even with everybody trying to rotate toward the middle of the map, maybe even top, this is going to be on Vanquish to try to make the secondary push. Back train comes through. That's the 45-second counter restarted now. Or that next set of trains does come through. You're going to see UYU stacked up with 2 Lancers as well as Powerz in the middle. He's going to be able to rotate down and get a good cross onto anybody that tries to get into that B hill. So this is going to be very precarious positions for the next couple of moments. Vanquish, here comes their retake. Chances in. The incendiary grenade is just a little too short. They get the decap finally. And now Vital Sam is going to push up, trying to take a 1v1. He will win it against Xplosive. And he's going to move in to the C hill. Meanwhile, Powerz, he's flipped over. Now got Vanquish's home hill in their control.
This thing, man, VQ, they're down so many points. It's just, even though they do have the win condition, right, it's just going to be a game of cat and mouse. You're going to have to chase down the stragglers from UYU. It's going to be constantly rotating through. That was a big 1v1, a huge 1v1 that TJ was able to win. That opens up the door to get onto B, and that keeps UYU in the lead, in control. Precision will take down a big kill, but it's not enough, right? Acells, he's going to be the last one alive. Right now, UYU on the cusp of winning. VQ, though, surprisingly, is actually going to respawn back in and try and go for it. They had extra respawns to give, so they're going to give it one last shot.
They are going to try to give it one last shot. They're going to get back to their home. They don't even get the full cap. They know they got to get breaks everywhere. B hill getting decapped now by Vanquish. The home hill of UYU is getting capped up. 2 members of Vanquish try to rotate across the top entrance. 1 kill comes through for Hndles. The home hill of UYU threatened, but taken care of, as well as TJ winning the 1v at B. That will solidify round number 3, 2-1. UYU looking pretty strong here, but both teams right now, it's basically coming down to who gets the icebreaker. If a team gets a man advantage, they're able to take that and convert it into either a point lead, a 2-1 hill, or a domination. This has been a very telltale sign of both of these teams. Whoever gets the icebreaker has usually come away with the round.
So Acells has played very well, 11-3, 5 deaths, but I want to see him get more value out of the instant. Granted, he did connect onto 1, but I felt he waited way too long. As soon as UYU pushed forward, he let them get the full cap. Granted, they got the break right after, but you remember UYU then won the team fight after that, and VQ did not get much value. So if I'm picking up that fresh instant, which he does once again, I'm getting value out of it. He throws it out. Unfortunately, it's going to miss, but so does UYU. So it's going to be a nullification. TJ on all 4s, crawling around Acells. He knows he needs to get the pickup, and he will. So UYU, they strike first, they get B. They got the icebreaker, like you said. But VQ, though, they're not far behind from getting the break.
See what Acells does here. He slides into that cover and then sees Praized try to slide back into him and takes him down with a 1 shot. Kenny slides in, reaction shot comes out and gets the kill. Now Powerz, other side of the train tracks, will take care of Vital Sam. Hndles, though, in the area, he's going to try to get this quick kill onto Powerz, and he does convert it. Good job staying calm, cool, and collected in that fight. Pulling the Lancer, getting the kill. Meanwhile, still down 2-1 hills, and Precisions has been taken down. It's going to be up to, I believe, Reptilian to try to save him, but a couple of kills come through, and this looks like it could be a UYU round indeed. Looks like it could be a 3-1 going into the second half.
Yeah, I think it might be. Granted, VQ is going to be able to respawn back in. UYU did not pressure onto C, so VQ, you know, thanks to their lucky stars, they will stay alive, but it's going to be a hard retake for them. Now, the good thing is they do have respawns to give. They're okay for the moment. They can at least give up 1 more respawn in this attempt to retake B, and as that back train moves forward, it's still going to be hard to take because you have Xplosive, who's going to be over in Pavilion. The smoke, though, is in fact going to cover. Precision and Vital are going to go ahead and pressure into him. This is a big pickup. They need to get this, and they will. Good on them.
Man, Xplosive had the whole world coming down on top of him. Praized is going to get that melee off. Good pickup for him onto Vital Sam, but Hndles will take care of that kill. Meanwhile, underneath the overpower, top entrance, excuse me, is TJ protecting their home hill. This is still a big-time lead for UYU. They come away with the B hill yet again thanks to Powerz. Still 2-1 advantage. Still racking up the point lead in this one. And it looks like it's going to be up to Vanquish to make a miracle happen. They've got a couple of players on one, but this is probably going to be the last push of the round, last push of the half, as this is round number 4.
Yeah, it's going to be the last push, and at this point in time, they're facing the same scenario they faced in the last round, Colin, and that's they've got to make a last-ditch effort. Now, the benefit, though, is you're not seeing any big 1v1. It's going to be a team fight, so this is going to put VQ on an even playing field with that of UYU, but it's a tough push in. Hndles gets a nice shot onto one. Praized will fall down, but UYU is starting to chain together those kills, and that's going to be it. They lock it in place. Acells is there for the break, but it doesn't matter. UYU's already across the way, and they're going to lock it in 3-1. VQ falls behind.
3-1 going into the second half, and something that I got to point out right now, brother, is the fact that UYU's over rotations are picture perfect. Praized has done it in 2 of the first 4 rounds Powerz has done it 2 in the first 4 rounds where he's taken a pressure 1v1 and moved across to either the home hill or all the way around behind the forces of Vanquish down to the B hill, and has helped solidify a secondary hill cap around the map to keep the pressure on. In that final round, even with that 3v3 going on at the gallery, Xplosive went straight through the middle pavilion and was decapping admin. He was ensuring the round win. Their over rotations are perfect right now.
And that's going to make a big difference. And that's what I was saying, man. You know, when UYU takes that decent lead, VQ's in trouble because it's a game of cat and mouse. You have players such as Powerz, as you just mentioned, who's constantly just rotating through, making those OEs. It's just a tough sell, and it's hard to track down those individuals. You can't track everybody. One is going to slip through the cracks, and that's where VQ is starting to fall behind. Now, as we do move into the second half, though, we don't have a crazy drop shot. We don't have any big game changers other than, you know, your typical shocks, your typical ensigns. So this is where I think VQ is going to be able to strike back and win a couple of rounds, maybe even tie it up. They're going to need to. They cannot allow UYU to get to rounds 4 out of 1. But I think right now, VQ is going to be more favored here on this second half fight.
All it takes is going to be one push. There's going to be a 3-man push across the train tracks. They're going to try to get pressure onto the home hill of Vanquish. A lot of Lancer fires come through, but the 1 kill's already come out from UYU. Praized will be first in. They see the incendiary grenade thrown out, and they know that the utility's being used at the home hill here. Good couple of shots from Acells will shut down the 3-man push of UYU, and that's going to push them back. Now, Precision's going to get shot in the back. Powerz is going to try to get at least one of these. He's not going to be able to. He won't get traded out at all. Xplosive, he's going to try to play defense here. Sees one slide in, gets the kill. Precision's bounces right back into his grill, gets the kill. Now you see TJ, he's going to spawn up as well as the rest of the forces. They're going to try to come back in and deny this domination. But it looks, ladies and gentlemen, like this will be solidified. Vanquish, answer back.
Good job on them. Like I said, second half, man, you know, I think they're going to be a lot better. Granted, I'm not going to get too excited just yet. They are playing UYU after all. This is their map pick, and they've been playing very well. Want to point out Acells, though, now 18-6 and 8. Last update I got from him, I think he was, what, 11 and so. So he's managed to, in the past couple of rounds, pick up 7 additional kills. Good on him for popping off and playing well. He's your main guy who's going down and getting those ensigns, so he's getting great use of them clearly. So we'll see how far he can continue to go. But you need players like that to pop off, right? Because it's so beneficial. It's much like when Rise, you know, when Ensign was popping off, Rise was able to hold in there on that Asylum map, on this very map itself. But hey, it's not only just up to him, the rest of the team needs to back him up. Here we go. UYU starting off strong. Instead of hanging back, they try to go for it. But that Lancer fire keeps him at bay.
They were trying to get that quick cap there at the E-Hill, try to force out the utility throws from the side of Vanquish. And now Kenny's trying to sit inside of that entered shock grenade out. It'll actually get some shots on, some damage onto Kenny, but not get the down onto him. Vanquish still has the lead. That's 1 utility out. UYU needs to probably answer back. They're going to have to overload that top side. They're going to have to get the shock or the incendiary out. Here comes the rotation from Precision. He's going to go down. Good shot by Kenny. He's going to have to answer back with another one. Acells, though, he's going to get the down onto Kenny. Not going to be able to get anything going forward, though. Kenny's going to get revived. Acells back into the fight with his Lancer out. Can't take the left side as the fire is still there. A second down onto Praized. Now trying to shoot up. Kenny moves in for the air back A. Won't be able to get it. Now they're going to get shots onto him. Kenny moves in, trying to get at least 1 kill. Trying to answer back. Double downs come out. TJ in the area on the flank. We'll get the revive, but Precision shut down 1. He has a chance to shut down 2, but will get cut off at the knees as Kenny bounce. We'll get another kill to his name.
Reptilian not able to stay alive either, but VQ will respawn back in. But now they're looking at a wall of UYU members pushing straight in. Hndles got to get a touch. That smoke is going to help a little bit. VQ will, in fact, stay alive just a little bit longer, but they're still not able to get through. But UYU decides to back off. A wise decision. They know they have the lead. No reason to overcommit.
Hndles pulling out toward the tracks. Precision's going to move up toward E. There's the shot grenade. It's going to buy them about 10 more seconds, which is going to continue to buy that mount and continue to buy and mount that lead for UYU. But 3 members are in the area. I think Powerz is sitting on another shot grenade, I believe. So he's going to be able to just buy 10 more seconds. That's a good down. They're going to get a chance to get that kill. They're not going to be able to get it. 2 downs now onto Acells. 1 more down and out, and he'll be taken out. Xplosive in that cubby corner. Not going to be able to get that kill, but they've bought themselves 20 more seconds of time to surmount this lead and force the decisions out of Vanquish. Vanquish now has to fly into action and get a bunch of kills very quickly, but they're not going to be able to find but one. And now you see Acells. He takes the incendiary grenade and he's going to hang out, try to maybe get a kill here. Who is he going to pick up? There it is. Long range on the Kenny bounce. Sorry about you, buddy. But I hope you like your...
Kenny.
Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say,
you're talking about food now. I knew you were gonna talk about food.
Oh.
I had to shut you down, but go for it.
I don't want to believe that anybody likes their steaks well done, but I'm pretty sure that mirror of meat is probably pretty crispy. So you're gonna have to put some sauce on it.
I'm so hungry, man. Please don't do that to me. We're almost done. We've made it this far. You haven't made one food reference yet, other than candy. All right, man, I'm worried for VQ. I really am, Colin. What do they need to capitalize on? How do they beat UYU in this situation? How do they come back 7th of round 9?
They got to start learning how to save their utilities. They keep throwing out their utilities early, trying to stop UYU from getting these caps. They have to find a way to get kills with those utility nades. They can't just use them as baits. They can't use them as defensive positions. They got to convert them into downs, outs, and kills. Smoke out. Kenny's going to go for a double cap up here. Up top, you're going to see here, they're going to get the 2-to-1 hill advantage. Middle pavilion area being fought over. TJ will be down as well as Praized. Reptilian's going to go for the 1v against Xplosive, I believe, at the home hill, but he's going to find that an incendiary grenade is an easy way to get a kill.
Instant kill potential, good connection after all. UYU, though, despite some heavy losses at the start, still maintain that neutral. Of course, that shock is going to dissipate. Hndles is going to move in and get that cap. Acells, though, doing a great job laying down some Lancer Fire precision to help, and VQ now will take that neutral and start closing out the deficit. Look at that 1v1, though. Player 6 is getting very aggressive. That's TJ onto Reptilian. Train is there. Reptilian holds on and gives some options now to not only Reptilian, but Vital Sound, if they want to kind of, get tricky with it and maybe push in. And they've got those 2 people. Oh, that is a beautiful connection. And now VQ, they're off to the races.
Now you're going to see Xplosive get another kill at his home hill. He's playing pretty picture-perfect defense, forcing Vanquish to make the right moves. And here comes the breakthrough. He knows that they've only gotten 1 kill, 1 death to worry about. He rotates into the middle pavilion and puts pressure onto Reptilian, gets him all the way down to 15%, but is not able to get the down just yet. Xplosive, that was great accuracy. You saw the red hit marker come out, getting headshots snub from down low. And now you're going to see everybody rotate back into position. I believe we got to get our eyes onto the top side of the map so that we can see how these incendiaries and shocks are used in this secondary retake by UYU. But it might just be too little too late if they fail at this retake. 3 members postured up for UYU. There's the shock. It's not going to find any downs. It's just going to buy 10 more seconds for Vanquish in the round.
10 more seconds could be a lot, though. 10 more seconds could be a lot in the difference maker between win or loss. So they'll take anything they can get. An important round for them to bring it up 4-3 to stay alive in general. And you know, the special thing about this round is the fact that they've done so well and held so much control that you look at the respawn economy. They're doing just fine. Even with the cells going down potentially, not getting picked up, they're still going to be okay. Incen's out. That's at least going to separate TJ and Co. Reptilian cells, though, do fall. So UYU is going to give this a great effort. And my goodness, Colin, they are doing a fantastic job.
Got to get 1 or 2 more kills. Precision's going to go down to that melee. Powerz now. He's going to join his teammates at the D hill, trying to go for this triple cap domination. Hndles pushes in, won't be able to do anything except get a touch on the hill. 2 more members of Vanquish are in the area. I don't believe they're going to be able to do much against the wave of UYU, who shuts it down and gets a 5-2 victory on map number 1.
Good on them, man. You know, UYU, they held on after that first round, and I was like, all right, UYU's looking great. They look in control. Of course, VQ answered back, but you know, for the most part, UYU consistently did well. You see Acells, you see Precision popping off, right? Very impressive performance, but for Vital Sam, right? For Hndles and co, like, they just didn't play well. You can have two players playing out of their mind, but if the rest of the team isn't backing them up, you're going to fall. You're going to struggle. And that's exactly what happened, because UYU, yeah, they may have had lower numbers than some of the superstars on the VQ roster during that map on Asylum, but consistently across the board, they all held their own weight.
You know what the biggest difference is, to be honest with you? I tried to talk about it. I tried to touch on it in that and pregame analysis. Vanquish, the reason that their stats are so good is when they're winning, they are slapping people. They're out here just clapping cheeks left and right, and their stats are showing the positivity from it. UYU is winning a lot of initials, which is forcing Vanquish into bad situations. Vanquish is not used to that. They are used to winning the initials and then just absolutely abusing kids for the rest of the round. With UYU winning initials, putting a 2-to-1 hill advantage against Vanquish and forcing them to move up, move into bad situations, it's not going to look good for them. Their stat lines are not going to be as pretty as they have been. And that's what UYU has to do against a team like Vanquish. It's what you have to do against a team that is so slay heavy and so momentum based as Vanquish is.
I go back to, it's like week 2, week 3 of Emergence days, and they played against Rise. And during that matchup, you know, I obviously was heavily favored towards, or actually a semifinals, excuse me, of week number 2. It was heavily favored towards VQ. At that point in time, they had been undefeated. They were coming off a massive victory, not only during, you know, the Gears Pro League qualifiers, where they went undefeated in 3 weeks. They also won week number 1, beating the likes of PK. They beat F&I. You know, they beat Carnage, right? They were looking great. But when they met against Rise, it was a different story. It ended up being a very quick 2-0. And why was that? Exactly what you just pointed out. Because UYU was not playing VQ's game. They were not getting in their face. They were playing good team-based, you know, lancering out. They were just taking the fights 2v1. They were not allowing VQ to be as aggressive as they like to be, and it throws them off. And that's why Rise was able to take that victory in week number 2 of Emergence Days Season 3. So UYU, they continue to play this game. VQ are going to struggle without question 100%, but they lost their map pick. Now they're going into their own map pick, which is going to be on Vaskar. What do you think the chances are for VQ tying up the series?
VQ's very good at Vaskar. One of the things that we've seen them do time and time again, especially in the second half, is be able to take advantage of their spawn location, whether it be coming up top and then moving down to the home hill of the opposite home hill, and basically rotating from one tank side to the other, holding that home-to-home advantage. I'll be curious to see how they do against UYU, because UYU is world famous for their over rotations and their pressure plays across the map. But I think what Vanquish has to do, they have to set the pace early on, especially since they're going to probably be spawning, since this is their map pick. They're probably going to be spawning on the helicopter side first round. I think they need to play defense against UYU if they decide to go home to home, and win a defensive stand early in the round to put them on their heels and then go mid, neutral, and home in the first half. I think that's going to be their best bet. They got to play defense early and stop the momentum of UYU.
And that's going to be an important key. Let's not forget, man, go back, you know, to season 1. UYU was such a dominant Vaskar team. This was their home playing field, much before, you know, they kind of transferred over towards Exhibit, which of course is no longer in the rotation. But the thing was, UYU is a very dominant Vaskar team. Now, I will say this, though. We haven't watched VQ and UYU play too often against each other whenever it does come to Vaskar, so I'm not too sure. But I can speak on this. When VQ has played Pittsburgh Knights in the past on Vaskar, they beat them convincingly. I'm talking about 5-1s, 5-2s. There was just no competition. Anytime I look at, you know, VQ playing on Vaskar, there's no one who could touch them. Bottom line, period. But UYU is looking good. It seems as if they're really starting to come into their own. I know they suffered that loss versus Carnage, but here versus VQ, they're playing a different, it's almost like a different roster in a way, Colin. I mean, just how controlled they're playing. I like it, but hey, VQ is an important map.
VQ actually has decided to play defense over at the tank. It's a 3v3 on that side of the map. UYU has to move up, but Vanquish, once again, this is another one of those situations where Vanquish has that initial point tick, so it's going to be on the backs of UYU to make the move. TJ moves in, gets a good first shot on. They're playing into the fights. Xplosive has been down once, he's been down twice. They go for the quick kill. Xplosive won't be able to get anything. Their only kill they're going to come away with is Praized, I believe, on to, I can't even tell you who. Oh, it was Reptilian. He's the only person dead for Vanquish. That's a great defensive stand by Vanquish, and that's what I needed to see out of them in this first round.
Player 3 falls, player 2's up. Long respawns, guys. This is the first round of the half. Acells, though, picks up that meat shield. Kenny now forced to back up full red. And he'll go ahead and be silenced. After all, though, Kenny did stay alive long enough for UYU to respawn back in, but immediately we'll already see Xplosive drop. And that's not a good start, especially if you're trying to get back into it. TJ now last up, and he is gone. So that's going to be VQ taking a very quick first round. And good on them.
But I tell you, baby, they played defense. They got those early kills. They rotated over, Lancer out. They were continually there for each other. It forced a bad play out of UYU where they were spread. They couldn't have They couldn't have everybody together again. They staggered their lives out. I want to see if anything changes in the second round, if Vanquish decides to try to go home to try to apply the pressure to UYU, or if they just mount up, get a quick cap on the home hill, try to force UYU to make the early play. Especially because UYU's closer. I believe they have the quicker route to the home hill here. They might be able to get that early tick on just like Vanquish did. So these first couple of moments are going to be very pivotal to me. It looks like two members of UYU are going to go for the double cap at the home hill.
All right, double cap is in. A bit of a mismatch down there on Bravo. Actually, player 5 is going to go ahead and dip out, and because they know at this point in time that UYU, they need to push this hill hard and fast. That's what they're going to be doing. VQ is there to try and stop them, but it looks like UYU is starting to get the best of them. Precision will get away, though, taking down one player, goes in for the second, not able to get it. He's going to be silenced, and that's going to be 3 down. Acells now fighting for his life. Smoke is out. He's been spotted, stays up, and Powerz chunks him. Vital Sam last alive. Reptilian's getting back in, but I think UYU is going to clean it up, lock it up here.
Right after we see this fight break out, I've got to go ahead and point something out for everybody at home. A couple of kills still coming through for UYU. Vital Sam is down. It looks like somebody is stuck away. That is Precision. He's stuck all the way over to the B hill. So the pressure is on. The point lead is going to be pretty large for UYU in the next few moments. They're going to be able to sit back and sit on their laurels and win this round in a 2-1 hill advantage. Vanquish is going to have to push out of here. The 1v1 at the B hill was between TJ and Hndles, and for anybody that knows the history of this game, you know that TJ and Hndles started out on the scene, making it to the big leagues as a part of that Nimbus roster together. They were old. They're very, very old friends, very old teammates. So that's got to be a very interesting 1v1 over there at the tank fight every round.
Well, you got to think, man. I mean, it's a bit personal, isn't it? It's like you have that brotherhood, but you also have it becomes personal because, like, you know, who wants the victory more? And I think both of them know the competitive spirit that they both do acquire. I got to say, good on VQ, though, for staying alive as long as they have. And that is going to be a couple of big kills. It's forcing Praized now to back up. Kenny, Powerz are gone. BNC locked in for the side of UYU. But VQ is still struggling to lock in any of these kills. Now it's going to be a 1v1. Vital Sam now in front of Praized, takes him down. I don't know what the chances are for VQ to take this round, but they're giving it a good go. They're giving it a good shot, but I think this is going to be it.
They didn't spawn back in, so it's down to just, I believe, these last two players. They both get killed. There's the elimination domination ticking through. UYU answer back in round number 2. One of the things we got to point out once again is the initials are everything for these two teams. The way that this is playing out between UYU and Vanquish is whoever can come away with a standard initial or come away with a winning initial has gone on to either apply enough of pressure to make the opposing team just get strangled out later in the rounds, or they just come away with a straight domination. So this has been very good for both teams when it comes to who it's a tale of the initial. That's all I'm trying to get at, Taylor. You got to just keep your eyes on that.
No, the initial has made a difference, right? I mean, whether it's the initial being in the way of VQ playing defensively, or UYU just kind of sticking it to them and then pushing it hard. Either way, though, the initial is here. A obviously is going to go to the hands of UYU, but I mean, you know, these players 7 and 8 better watch out, man. Hndles and Acells, they're about to have a wall of members, but look at player 6 going through mid. He's going to be the wild card in this fight.
It's going to be Precision. He's going to be able to rotate wherever he so chooses. He's going to throw an incendiary long range from the bottom. He's going to try to hit Praized. Praized is trying to take that cover just long enough to throw that splash out. He gets stuck on a teammate. Xplosive rotates in. They get the cap off. But now it's going to be up to Vanquish to rotate back in to try to fight back against the whale. And now you see two members of Vanquish are going to rotate over and try to take the home hill fight. A third one might be rotating over here as well. Kenny is mounted up here, I believe, right next to Powerz, the duo from Reciprocity that came over to UYU to help them win those last 2 championships of the season. are now going to play defense at their home hill. They've got 2 more down low. Shock is out. That's going to stop the push from Vanquish. All 3 members have been mounted up back at the top of the stairwell. Meanwhile, TJ has been killed at the home hill of Vanquish. That fight will break back out here momentarily. Kenny going for these back A's has not really hit much of a spread yet. Powerz will find 1 kill. That'll even the odds. Kenny finally goes down to the back. Powerz has to find another to try to help Kenny out. Here comes TJ. He's going to try to flank out. Won't be able to get anything just yet. Going for back A's himself. Meanwhile, Xplosive has finished off the fight over at the C hill. He's keeping the round alive, and it looks like he's going to go for that over-rotation over to the B hill.
Interesting series of events, man. And you know what? For the fact is now UYU, they do stay in it, absolutely, right? They're going to manage to get the breaks, and more importantly, they might thrive here, especially if Acells doesn't clutch up in this fight. And it's going to go down, and he doesn't. So that's going to be a good win on Praized. He locks in Bravo, and now you got that fight on A, which is absolutely going to go to the boys of UYU. So they lost the lead, sure, but they come out ahead overall with the objective. And now they're going to continue pressuring on to the boys of VQ. Good on them, and UYU played that very well.
So it looks like UYU is going to stack up 3 over at B. They're going to leave 1 at home. Who is not on the map for them right now? Oh, never mind. They got 2 at home. They got 1 on each side of Arrivals. That's a cheeky little play. They're going to see Reptilian move up. TJ gets called out by the teammates on Vanquish and has to rotate out. Now Reptilian full red. He has to stay down and save his life. TJ and Kenny, though, they get cleaned up really quickly, which is going to apply a lot of pressure to these last few members of UYU. Xplosive in the area. He's trying to check the 6, make sure nobody gets up behind him and gets the flank off. They still have the B hill. I believe UYU is going to look to try to respawn into this and maybe take this last fight at their home hill. Praized pushes against Hndles, pushing him all the way back to his home. Here's TJ. He's going to go in first. He's going to try to get around this cubby. There's the incendiary grenade out. That's going to keep him out of the hill for just a moment. They're going to take this fight first and foremost and try to solidify the geographic position before the hill location.
UYU in control of A, but not on B. And this might be the end for at least UYU for this round. VQ now is going to take the lead. They do get the break onto C. VQ needs to back them off, and they'll be successful in doing so. That scoreline is so close. There's literally a point that separates them. TJ goes in, picks up 1, but can't get the others. And VQ will hold on to C, but once again, you got player number 5. It's going to be Praized now battling out, but unfortunately, he will fall. Now it's up to player number 3. It's Powerz. Powerz has to push in. He's got to try and win this fight, but it's not going to be enough. VQ is going to take it in time, and they'll now lead 2-1. That was a long round.
3 minutes, 29 seconds. I think that's the longest round of our entire night so far, Taylor. That was a war of attrition. Great rotations from each team. Try to stay in those fights and just make it hard on both teams to get anywhere and get any kind of point lead. We come here to the last round of the first half, so we're going to see investment out of everybody. Vanquish, they're going to hover over. I believe they're going to go ahead and get their second half home hill started. The flashbangs there in the other utility spot. UYU is probably going to answer back with the same thing. I don't see them dropping a drop shot down to try to change the fight just yet. They need a couple more utilities before they try to change this thing up to make sure that they can try to solidify it.
Yeah, I think right now just a couple more rounds, see how it goes. VQ's put themselves in a great position, but it hasn't been easy by any means. UYU's been playing very well. So shocks, and we also have the ensigns. So for UYU, they'll have that shock. That's going to be beneficial. For the side of VQ, they'll have the ensign. So you can definitely see who's prioritizing what. But obviously on that arrival spawn, VQ's going to have a little bit of an advantage, but player 7 is going to push into player 1. So TJ versus Hndles in that 1v1. Meanwhile, massive team fight Ez per typical onto Charlie. VQ wants to push in. They really do. But they're going to take their time.
Now you see Kenny, shots on to Acells, not going to be able to get the down just yet. 4 members of Vanquish in the area, 4v4 over here. Great Lancer angle by Kenny. He's going to keep a lot of people from Vanquish out of this shotgun fight, as he's going to be able to put a lot of damage on him, forcing him to rotate back. They've already got 2 kills. Kenny sees one of them trying to backpack toward A. Vital Sam's going to get taken down here very shortly. B Hill still in favor of UYU, and I believe TJ has to play defensively here because I think Vanquish is going to force the issue over there at the B Hill. They're going to try to flood toward him momentarily. Acells trying to push up onto Xplosive. He's going to back out here very shortly, and the reinforcements for UYU have made it to be TJ shots on, but no down just yet.
Not just yet, but we do have 2 members up ahead. This could be a big 1v2. That is a solid connection onto Reptilian. Hndles also in trouble. He's going to fall to the wayside, but he holds his own. Reptilian now onto Powerz and Kenny as well. Vital Sam will take down TJ too, and that's going to be 4 down. Praized last alive, and VQ going for the triple cap.
That's a really, there's a lot of deaths. I think that's 4 deaths very quickly for the side of UYU. Explosive off spawn. He's going to drop that flash. He's going to try to get the stun. A couple of shots come in. Double shot down from Vanquish. They are still trying to roll into this fight. Acells is going to get taken down by TJ, but the misroll comes through. They take him down. Elimination, or domination, ticking through. 1 more second. That will solidify it. 3-1. Oh, maybe. I think somebody just got to meet the business end of their Lancer.
Oh yeah, VQ's feeling themselves where they start getting hot. And UYU, though, that makes them angry. At least it has in the past. But I will say this is Vaskar, Vanquish's map pick, and for good reason. They just dominate on it. Hey, first couple of rounds, very close. But right now, it seems as if VQ is really starting to take away. Now we'll move on to the second half. Can't wait to see how this develops, right? Obviously, now we have the shock and instant for the side of VQ. For UYU, they've got that shock, and then they'll go ahead and upgrade it to their own instant. So there you go. We're going to be even now in overall utility. No drop shot as of yet, right? At this point, UYU doesn't want to change the fight. I think if they lose this next round, though, drop shots go in the tank.
Yeah, you got to try something. If you go down 4-1, you got to try to change the fight up and try to change the meta in this situation. But you're going to see the home hill of UYU here in that second half is going to be taken over. Meanwhile, the mid-neutral might be fought over in a 1v1 status, maybe a 2v1, depending upon where they rotate out here. Vanquish has 2 members close to E. Now UYU is rotating a second over there. This is going to get quiet before it gets loud. You're going to hear everybody try to jockey for position before they move in. 2 members of Vanquish are close to E, though. Powerz, first line of defense for UYU here at that mid-neutral hill. He's got Kenny over the top. Kenny's actually moving up. He's going to try to go for the cheeky angle here. He sees Powerz next to him, shot on, pulls the Lancer out, couple of shots on, won't be able to get that down. Here comes Vital Lord trying to get that shot over the cover, won't be able to get the down on him. Misroll out. He's going to get saved, though. I think, oh, Kenny did get that down. Now Kenny chases out of cells. Kenny drops off. A couple of kills come through, except TJ decides he's going for a barbecue, and it's not even the 4th of July.
Not just yet, man. Not the 4th of July, but you know what? It's looking closer and closer to being another UYU round. That's going to be a nice kill. Look at Acells, though. Hold up a second. He doesn't want it to end just yet, and he's got Xplosive on the run. And for good measure, VQ may have fell to the wayside a couple of times, but Xplosive actually goes down. TJ last alive, and he's there, but a big chunk. Take down Vital Sam and keep UYU in it.
TJ now rotating over to that first half home hill area, top of arrivals, 2v2 situation, maybe 2v3. As you can see, Kenny also rotates into the area. They're not going to be able to get these kills just yet. Nobody's there to help out the F hill just yet. Xplosive will be coming off of respawn, which will make it a 2v2 over there. E hill decapped for now. F hill not being touched just yet. Good first shot on by Xplosive. Somehow didn't get it down on that second shot. Almost gets the shot on there and still alive. He might rotate into the middle of the round, might rotate into that middle map, but there's going to be a bunch of kills. A great rotation out, and it's going to be up to Precision to play defense in this one. I don't know if UYU wants to chase this out, as everybody will be respawning here in the next 3 to 4 seconds, but they're going to take care of this. And, oh, baby, that's a disco dance. That's a disco dance.
Hey, look.
Made famous by you, by the beautiful people over at UMG. That intro on E-Days is just, that's just pristine.
Tom, man. Tom does that. The Observer. Darth Meerkat. I don't know what he wants to go by. I really don't. He changes it up, it seems, daily. But you know what? It's like a guy with 2 first names, right? You don't know what to call him. It's kind of awkward. But you know what, Tom? He's a good guy.
Follow him on socials.
Darth Meerkat. What is it? Darth _ Meerkat? Follow him on socials, man. Good guy. Spaceman. Darth Meerkat Observer. That's a lot. Darth Meerkat Observer. Go check him out. Spectator.
We need help.
See, I love you.
We need help.
I really do.
We need help.
Yeah, look.
Both of us.
Hey, he went by Darth Meerkat. He switched up the Meerkat Observer. I get it. All right, off to the break. UYU answers back, right? They bring it. They win the swing round. It's 2-3. And that much closer to tying it up. VQ, big round for them to take. And maybe now it was, important for UYU not to set that drop shot down. Seem to be cleaning up their act a little bit. But I say that, TJ will fall.
Praized will fall as well. It's going to be up to Kenny to back out of here and try to play defense at the home hill. It's a 4 versus 1 over there, though, so I don't know how much defense you're going to be able to play in a 4v1 situation. He gets 1 down. He turns around, tries to take a different 1v1. He's going to get Lancered out, though. I mean, he was hoping against all hope. My man stayed there like it was the Alamo, and he had to defend it for the state of Texas. But here we go. Reptilian back down to TJ. Meanwhile, the E-Hill is going to be contested in a 3 versus 2, and I think Vital Lord going to try to rotate over and get shots on the backside of the members of UYU. Shots over from the cover. So Xplosive might go down here. He's been downed a couple of times trying to rotate out, trying to run away from fights. This is dangerous and precarious positions for him lately in this map, in Vaskar. It's been very dangerous for Xplosive.
Has been, indeed, and we're feeling the effects of that. Hndles, though, is going to be in a fight actually versus Xplosive himself, who's going to be just up ahead. VQ's got a decent lead, you know, a couple points after all, but I'm looking at the positioning, and this is going to be a big fight for Acells and Reptilian. They've got to hold these players at bay, and that's going to be a good drop as TJ does fall to the wayside. Praized now is going to be pushing up. He also goes down, and that was a great hold, but still more to be done, and Acells goes in for one, goes in for two. You can't stop the man. He's been playing so well.
That was a beautiful job and a beautiful hold by Vanquish. They are going to be well within their rights to win this round. I doubt you see UYU invest much more into this one. They'll probably take their chances at a 4-2, 3-round comeback victory and invest too much and try to fight from behind. You see them invest one more set of lives. They're going to break there at their home hill. They might be too little too late. They did a couple downs here. I'm not going to be able to sure if they're going to be able to convert any of these. E-Hill going in favor of Vanquish. Xplosive will have to come off of respawn yet again. Powerz pushing up to try to get these downs on a precision. Another down comes through. They're not going to be able to clean up the kill, though. That's the big story of map number 2 is Vanquish, as much as they were spending time off respawn in map number 1, they have done a fantastic job of saving their life here.
100%, and this is UYU's opportunity to bring it back, tied up 3-3, and it is there. But again, you're going to have those team fights. It is going to be a mismatch on F. It's a 3v2. Meanwhile, though, on D, it might be a 3v2, but VQ actually doesn't want to push it, and I think they know why, right? They got 30 seconds until they win, so they're going to go ahead and hold down the fort if they can. But Powerz, he's not going to allow it. He's going to try and push through. UYU, a lot of pressure. VQ trying to hold on. Player 9 falls to the wayside. That's not good. But a great instant from behind. Praized and Xplosive go down, and that's going to better the chances of VQ. And not only that, he's got to go against player number 2, and he's going to win it. VQ is winning all the big fights they needed to take.
Good job by Vanquish in this round to solidify it. Once again, I'm telling you, they were surviving for very long sprouts of time in that round. They were doing a good job of conserving their health, rotating around the map, forcing UYU to either give chase or get into the fight somewhere or some other way, which was making UYU make these bad decisions. They spent a lot of time off of respawn, and now they've got to win 3 straight rounds in a row to win map number 2.
All right, it's going to be a tough climb for them, but possibilities there. It's UYU after all, right? I mean, we've seen them be down so much in many maps, but managed to at least send it to round 9. The drop shot changes things. No more are we going to see just your standard fight that VQ has been comfortable with. That's why they lead 4-2. Now they've got to switch it up. They have to go head-to-head with UYU.
UYU is actually overloading the drop shot right now. 4 members there, 1 member trying to sneak through the backside. That's going to be Kenny. Long range incendiary will find 2. Powerz tries to push up. He gets it down. Kenny pushes in. He's trying to get 2. He's going to get both of them as well. You see that all the kills come through except Hndles, who is at the first half home hill of UYU. Kenny will find the drop shot on the ground. That was a beautiful flank out by UYU to get all those kills. They're going to try to get the home hill. Well, they're going to give up the home hill of Vanquish, excuse me. And Kenny's going to try to rotate that drop over to the mid-neutral to take that back for the side of UYU. I think Kenny needs to be left here in defense of their home hill because they're going to stack up here very shortly, and indeed he is. He is sat down here. He is going to go for the home hill defensive stand with that drop. No shots on just yet. First kill onto precision. Good job not wasting a drop there. Getting that quick kill as the misroll comes out. Now there's the active. Vital Lord just outside the home. Won't be able to do anything yet. Powerz is rotated through the middle of the map. They got to get some help onto him. Acells can't get that kill. Powerz will come away with that one as well. Kenny rotates over to E. They see up top on the arrivals. He's threatening that drop every moment. He has to be careful not to get killed with it out, not to put himself in chunk range. There's the drop. It damages Hndles intensely. There's the kill. Elimination. Domination ticks through. 4-3.
Very curious, TJ. I know he was chunked at the end there, so does he come in with 2 out of 4 or 1 out of 4? Either way, it's going to be a big talking point, and he will, in fact, be at 2 out of 4. So good on him, at least, to stay alive as long as he did. But hey, what did we see, Colin? Drop shots placed, and it was good use, or we saw great use of it from the side of UYU. So now the question is this going to be the turning point? Well, the disables come out. If I was VQ, honestly, I wouldn't even have been against them disabling maybe the drop shot. Get that out of the way. You were winning before. Why not now? But now, of course, UYU and VQ, disables out of the way. They've got to answer back. It is what it is. And this is their chance to take it.
So what I'm going to say right here is the flank was much better than the actual initial play. The double kill from the Incendiary could have very well put that round in favor of Vanquish with that double kill being able to push across. It was on the back of Kenny Bounce's flank through the middle, through the crater, getting those kills at the very end. Acells is going to break ice onto TJ. Kenny's going to get the down onto Precision, so the drop shot is down. They're going to get the quick revive off on him. Acells, though, he's not waiting for anybody. He's going to push up. Kenny will take care of him as well. 3 more alive. Xplosive and Kenny last alive for their team on this side of the map. They've got to stay away from the drop. 1 out and 1 kill solidified. Precision's he's got the shotgun out. I believe he'll go ahead and reload the drop and back off and live to fight another day.
It's important, right? TJ going down early on is huge, bringing him down to 1 out of 4. You take him down, you're going to be in good company to take this 5-3. Anyway, a couple of big kills going in. Kenny and TJ fall, and just like that, TJ on his last life. That's going to hurt UYU a lot.
That means TJ has to play in the back for the rest of the round. Powerz is going to try to get the sneak kill here. He gets a full spread. There's the down. They slide in, and the reaction out of Precisions, though, will get the kill onto Powerz. Xplosive will get 1. They've got to worry about 2 more members in the area. Excuse me, 1 more. Precisions will back off. The other 2, meanwhile, holding down court at that mid-neutral hill. UYU has to push up here and take control over the tank area and maybe even the home hill area of Vanquish to be able to get that secondary drop shot. Precisions, though, he's going to try to sneak TJ. He's going to get shot on in the back and get called out, but 3 members of Vanquish are stacked up here. They've got to rotate people over to help TJ out here. You can't leave him in the position to get killed here and get wiped off the map and make it an effective 5v4. Shock, long range, over the top. Powerz will rotate out. We're going to just let him decap for now. You want opposite side of the map. Incendiary handles his hand. Insta-gib waiting to happen. He's going to catch him slipping. Boom.
Oh, yep, and that's fine. The trade is okay because you know in respawn economy, you're sitting pretty. So that's going to drop him down to 2 out of 4. But Powerz is going to hurt a lot more, right? Being 1 out of 4, so is Xplosive. So you have UYU is hurting in a lot of regards. But this is the thing now. Because the points are so swayed towards the side of VQ, UYU's got to get desperate. And desperation isn't what you want, right? You want to be able to play your game, play control, play it slow. But for Powerz, though, no worries at all on the vital sound. They managed to break that hill and take it. Now another one's going to challenge up top. Now you see VQ maybe get a little bit reckless. Acells makes that push, but a good trade, though, as Powerz will be finished off. He's now going to be on his last life, and we still have, I believe, another drill bit for Precision.
3 rockets, 3 kills. Precision is batting 1,000 with that drop shot right now. And they're looking to finish this round off and finish this map off. They've crossed the 200-point threshold. They have to make sure no decaps come through. Long-range flash comes out. Now Xplosive moves in. He's got 3 to worry about. Goes for the reaction shot. Gets shut down. TJ dead as well. Ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap map number 2. Vanquish wins it 5-3.
Awesome job. This was their map pick for a reason. Check it out. They lost 5-2 on Asylum, but they answer back to send it to a game number 3. And I think everybody expected this and wanted this for UYU. They just fell a little bit short. It is what it is. Now we head into Forge, and I'm not going to lie. You have 2 teams that just don't like the map in general. By the way, Precision 23-7. But check this out, guys. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're moving into Forge. All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Gears Pro League Split 1, day number 6. We're now into our last series, and we're going to a game number 3. Very special indeed. UYU versus VQ. Pretty much 2 of the top dogs, if you will. And it's been a great series so far. Obviously, we know how map number 1 went. It was a 5-2 victory. UYU takes it on Asylum. Then we headed into Vascar VQ Spic, and they win it pretty decisively, 5-3. So good on them to send it to Forge. I like it. I can't wait to see more. I'm Taylor Reflections Noble, joined by Colin the Crow Clark. How you feeling, man? Because going into game 3 between these 2 teams, Colin, it's going to be an interesting one.
I wouldn't have it any other way. Look, UYU and Vanquish, 2 of the best teams on the planet right now. I knew this was going to be a slugfest. They were going to have to duke this thing out from the get-go. And we saw Vanquish come away with a lot of great kills and great initials in that map. So I'm not surprised at all that it is tied up 1-1, and it's almost a flipped script of rounds that we saw from map number 1. 5-2, then 5-3, just 1 more round in favor of UYU. We go to Forge. Both teams are shaky. Both teams have been shaky on this map before. It's going to come down once again to those initials, that top control fight. Who can win those possible 2v2s up there? It's all going to come down to just those power positions and those extra Lancer angles.
And look, like I said, when it comes to UYU or VQ, I don't favor any of them going into game number 3. I really don't. I think VQ probably has a little bit more reps here, at least for split number 1, whenever it comes to Forge. But it doesn't mean that it puts them that much further ahead of the UYU boys, because the fact UYU knows this map. I mean, plain and simple, they know all about this map. I think everybody knows about this map, at least all 10 members. But at least for split 1, I haven't been impressed by the performance on Forge by either team. So it's pretty up in the air, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's very equal. I leave it to you. UYU, VQ. Who are you more impressed with? Who do you think takes the victory? Because honestly, I'm at a loss for words. I have no idea.
Look, I picked UYU early on to get this victory, and I think one of the things that's going to drive their victorious route going home is the fact that even though Vanquish is very skilled in their shotgun fights, in their Nasher fights, I think you're going to see a lot of good rotations later on in mid-rounds, whether it be the breakthroughs that we saw. That's what was keeping UYU alive on Vaskar, was the fact that they could break through the map, they could get somebody over to a mid-neutral, maybe even a home hill to keep them alive. It's going to be up to the members of Vanquish to get those Lancer angles out and on to members of UYU. I mean, we saw it. Xplosive had nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in map number 2. So they're going to have to replicate that kind of success. They're going to make sure, they got to make sure that nobody from UYU is comfortable rotating around the map.
And it's interesting you say that, right? Because we did see a lot of Lancer fire and teamwork on Vaskar, but when it came down to Asylum, we didn't see as much, right? In fact, it actually was on the opposite end. It was UYU who was doing a fantastic job lancering out and using that teamwork. So you have 2 maps where we've seen, Lancer teamwork on both ends. But I guess it comes down to just who's going to have it more here whenever it comes to Forge. I guess, look, if I had to put myself out, should I do it? I don't know. I don't even think chat wants me to make a prediction. I'm not going to make a prediction.
Do it all. No. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Colin, I'm gonna curse him.
Look, in the immortal words of Darth Sidious, do it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Fine. That, by the way, perfect, spot on impression. I just want to say that, by the way. Were you the voice actor for it?
Hell no, I wish. I'd be rolling it though. The mouse, would have my soul, but I'd have his money. I'll tell you that dang much.
Hey, man, we wish we were making that kind of money. Anyways, with that being said, I'm going with VQ. I'm throwing it out there. I'm going with VQ. There, my prediction is started off.
Pre-game. You should probably stick with your own prediction.
No, 100%. No, I think it would be sacrilegious if I didn't. VQ, and I got justification for this. I just think they have more reps. I really do. Granted, I haven't been impressed with them here on Forge, but then again, I've kind of been less impressed by UYU. I'm not going to lie. It just seems like they're very hit and miss. So for me, I'm going with VQ.
Hey, look, I said it in the pregame. When it came down to those final couple of maps, I really thought that the map pool favored Vanquish. I looked at those pick and bans, and I said, man, look, they won this pick and ban game right here. They made it to where the last 2 maps that UYU really had to choose from were 2 maps that I don't think they're very comfortable on, that they've taken some shots on, they've taken some blows on, and they've ended up losing to teams. So I really applaud Vanquish for the way they came out to this pick and ban process and really put it to UYU, making them play Forge on their final map. If you've got to find a map that UYU is going to be uncomfortable on late in a game, late in a round, it's probably going to be Forge. I'm going to be curious to see how they handle that kind of pressure, how they handle it. This is a hell of a final game. This is a great match of the week. I love the fact that we get to cast over UYU and Vanquish. Who else but us would have to deal with a map number 3, though, so late?
Yeah, I know. It's late, but it's worth it. It really is to watch these 2 powerhouse teams fight. And this is one that I've been waiting for quite some time. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this matchup, but it's finally here. Break is underway, right? We've got Kenny joined by TJ up top going against Acells and Precision, and this is going to be telling who's going to win the first round, who's going to win the first fight up top. Well, it looks like UYU is doing a great job as only 2 players remain for the side of VQ.
Vital Sam's trying to get one. He's trying to even the odds up as much as he can. Has to reload. Shot out all shots from his... Oh, my God. He almost hit 2 4 full spreads and almost got 2 kills out of it. I thought he was about to get 2 downs right there. A couple of bounces later, and Hndles will finally go down at his home. But he has bought his team enough time to come off of respawn here. Kenny's going to move up and go for the decap. Powerz pulls the Lancer out, trying to put pressure on Precisions, though. Catches him on the slip, catches him on the misroll. He's going to get down by Kenny. That's going to solidify the domination for round number 1.
And Chad, I don't want you to think that I cursed him just yet. VQ always loses round number 1, so let's stay poised, let's stay composed, okay? But hey, A hell of a first round for the boys on UYU. They played that so well. Look at Kenny with 5 assists, by the way. It's not about getting those kills. The kills is fantastic, right? But sometimes those assists are massive, especially if you're going up top and able to Lancer out. You're giving your team a huge service. You're peppering them up, getting them down within 1-shot range, and that's exactly what you need to do. Round number 2, though, it's underway, and I'm ready for it. I really am. Let's see if VQ can break the curse, win round number 2.
One out of spawn here. UYU won that top control fight very quickly, so I'll be curious to see how they play. They're sending TJ and Kenny up there, and I really like that position. Kenny's played a lot of UMGs lately, a lot of 1v1s, and he's really put himself in a position and poised up to get a lot of great 1v1 wins. So I like the fact that they've switched up their personnel to send those two up here, up top. Kenny, though, full red, little misroll out of him. TJ now in a 2v1, but look at the rest of the map. UYU is winning the rest of the map. So this fight is getting prolonged. They're going to try to put this triple cap domination pressure on to Vanquish here in the next few moments, but they're going to have a free run over to the B Hill Precisions. He'll only be full red. He won't go down just yet. The Xplosive now has to fight a 2v1 of his own.
So VQ will stay alive, and more importantly, they might thrive here as they're pushing out 3 strong. They're looking to retake their home hill. Now, you do notice, though, Acells, he tries to go in for a flank, but he's been out-angled. He gets taken down. And now UYU, they know they can comfortably back off of the home hill VQ, and they're going to go ahead and lock in B. However, you do see Reptilian as well as Vital Sound, who have rotated all the way out, but they're about to be sandwiched.
Reptilian's going to bounce back into that hill. He's going to see the decap come through. Powerz is going to get the kill onto him. It looks like they're going to push up, try to take a 1v1 inside the spawn, but it's not going to matter. Praized is going to shut him down. Now they're pushing back out over through the cogwheels. Good back A out by Xplosive, trying to get the reaction shot on the second. He's going to go down, but Hndles did get the clean up there. The trade out will come and pay. No, it won't, because Precision will get the revive. Triple cap domination being threatened momentarily. B Hill being decapped by Vanquish, but the point lead is just surmounting for UYU. This is that pressure we talked about from map number 1 that Vanquish wasn't able to overcome late and mid and late rounds in that first map on Asylum.
100%, man. Those mid and late rounds they were struggling with on Asylum, and maybe it's going to be much the same here. I don't know. This is looking tough. UYU's looking great, but VQ does find an angle, and they break out. And look at them locking down multiple different lanes, right? They don't want UYU to sneak through because they understand with UYU's lead, you know, the break needs to happen. But if anyone sneaks through, they're going to be in trouble. Vanquish kind of has UYU pushed back, so they need to play this very appropriately. But check this out. They Lancer out. They get a couple of downs. They're going to be okay.
They got to push in and get a decap because you can see the win condition still in favor of UYU. It's going to be a full minute before they get the win, but they do have the condition. I think they're probably game planning right now. Vital Sam's probably trying to dial up the most perfect play he can. Say, look, we're going to throw the flash here. You're going to push in through here. We're going to try to get a 2v1 at the backside. Whatever it might be, I know they're trying to cook up the perfect play call. It's going to be down to a last-second push. They're actually trying to wait. I think all they have to do is probably wait long enough to get a decap, and they might be able to come away with the win. So this is going to be very tricky here. Reptilian pushes up to that forklift, and Taylor, this is about to break open.
It absolutely is, and this is VQ's chance to win this round. They need to make it happen. Even a decap won't give them the win condition. UYU's in trouble here, and VQ is looking to make it good. As they're going to push up Precision. I like that angle, Lancering in, but still, UYU picks up a couple of kills, but now Powerz, the last one up. That's a 5-man wipe. VQ played that very well. They waited a while. Yes, they did. It was risky. But hey, at the end of the day, their only win condition was to get the decap, so they could have afforded to wait as they did, and they knew exactly where they stood in the point standings. They played that well.
Told you, man, they were waiting to dial up the correct play. They've got the addition of Vital Lord, as everybody in the community probably still remembers him as being Vital Sam. I can't help but call him that because of how long I've been calling him that since Gears 4. Vital Sam on this team, the addition of him with these kind of shotgunners, these kind of fast rotation and CQC fighters, I can't tell you how impressive it is. He's a big brain player. He's always been very intelligent, very smart. And now he's got guys that can execute to the highest extent of their ability in these late round fights. And you just saw a perfect example of it right there.
Love Vital Sound. I mean, he just plays so well. Vital Lord, you know, honestly, that's the right call, man, because sometimes he just plays like a king, like a lord, if you will. But hey, there you go. VQ winning that round, that's impressive because their back was against the wall for some time. Some maintaining composure was big, but they did suffer for some losses. Reptilian being low in respawns itself, but that is not a good start. Kenny unfortunately misses his splash. But still, the opportunity's there. TJ's going to pick up a big kill on the Precision. Acells knows he needs to get out of there.
And they're going to rotate another member in. It looks like UYU's going for the flank here. Reptilian is trying to guard Acells. They're going to get pinched out. There's one kill. There's the other. They're going to come off of respawn, but UYU should have the 2-to-1 hill advantage. They should be able to set up in this situation. I don't foresee them necessarily putting but so much pressure on Vanquish, especially with Xplosive getting full redded as soon as he comes out of the security.
Big opportunity for UYU, and they're looking as if they're not wanting to waste it. That's a big pick up of Vitalsam. We've seen him make some big plays in the past. TJ backs up, Hndles no pushes in. He's going to hit a nice spread onto him, drop him down, but the rest of the VQ boys are there. Granted, you do have player 6. Kenny's going to be on the flank. How much of an impact can he make?
He's going to be able to Lancer out, try to put that pressure there. He's going to get called out. Now the shots will come through, but his extra damage early into the fight will get another kill onto Acells. They threaten the triple cap once again. You're going to see Vanquish come off of respawn. They're going to try to down Praized before he can get back to the B hill. The defense from UYU needs to be set up here in the next few moments because Vanquish is going to be out and off to the races here very quickly. As you can see, TJ, he's already setting up for the 1v here at the butt control. So that flash, and it could turn into a 2v1. He's going to get pressed up on by Precisions and now Hndles, but it looks like he's got teammates joining the fight, Powerz being one of them.
Ooh, Powerz, bit of a missed shot, but it's all right. Xplosive is there to help him out. Hndles, though, will take him out. He gets dropped in return. UYU, they got to get to work, right? They've got to get a touch. They're going to be able to do so. Reptilian is the only one. He risked going for that overextension. He knows he has to back off. But this is the thing. VQ's got the win condition now. But UYU is doing a great job. But hey, Reptilian being on lives 1 out of 4, still making that overextension, that's a bold move from him. And now he's going to be singled out. And unfortunately, he is going to drop. So now you have Vitalsam and Acells as well as Reptilian basically out of lives.
You're going to have to play very careful if they decide to come back into this one, but it looks like they're not going to respawn in this one. Looks like they're going to chalk it up, go down 2-to-1, and try to make it 2-2 going into the second half. Precision hanging out at the back of the security. If I'm UYU, I hang out. Don't take the chance here. Get your respawns and keep them safe in the bank. You can see Kenny and Powerz on 3 out of 4, TJ at 2, everybody else at 2, except for, yeah, Xplosive, 3 players on 3. You all stay alive, you've got enough lives to basically play out the last round of the first half and take a 3-1 lead. There's no reason to push any of these fights and be silly, but they are going to push up onto at least Precision here and try to finish him off.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That's okay. Like you said, they've got plenty of lives, plenty of opportunity here. Look at the Hndles. Hey, man. handle TJ and Xplosive. Like you said, the respawns are fine. UYU has put themselves up in a great position to lead 3-1 now. VQ's in trouble, right? Those initials make all the difference in the world. They matter. And basically any initial that you see, whether it's on B, whether it's going through Incinerator for the overextension or up top for Control Tower, you know, VQ cannot afford to lose any lives at this point in time. So I'm not going to lie, it's a bit worrisome for them. They could take a massive deficit here.
I don't think they're going to let it change their play style. I'm pretty sure they're still going to take that top Control Tower fight pretty quickly. There's the Torque Bow already out by TJ on the side of UYU. They're going to try to make this power weapon fight even more important at that Control Tower site. Smoke grenade being placed down by Vanquish, so they're going to build up toward a Marks or something along those lines, maybe an incendiary after the round. We're going to have to see what comes of it after this last round of the first half with Vanquish down in the respawn department, but that could change with a good initial and maybe a good defensive stand. But for now, we're going to see a 3v3, maybe even a 4v3 here at the top Control Tower.
Yeah, but see, this thing, UYU's been doing such a great job, you know, in conjunction with Kenny and co. But Vitalsam will take down Xplosive. That's a start. TJ's going to be pressured on. Precision will take him out. And this is looking very good for VQ. Actually, even better now is, hold up a second, they continue to slay out, but Praized now looking to go big, but can't make it happen. So Reptilian, he's got his hands on the Torque. And good on VQ to win that. And, you know, they didn't suffer that many casualties other than Vitalsam and Acells.
That's going to put them down to 1, but everybody from UYU, like I said, could basically take every fight they so choose and come away with kills. If they just keep trading out kills, they will eventually win on in the elimination domination because they have the respawn economy to do it. Reptilian gets pushed. He's going to be in a 1v with Kenny. Now a second member's up there, and now here comes 2 more members of UYU. The roll comes out. Reptilian, though, does finish off Kenny. Xplosive rolls up. There's the back A on him. Vital Lord, he'll be on 1 respawn. If he goes down here, he'll be on his last life of the first half. TJ, he's going to press up. Vitalsam is going to shut him down.
Good stuff from Vitalsam, holding his own there. And the scoreline is still very close. Again, though, you have Precision and Acells now are going to be on their last life. So even though Vitalsam stays up, he's still in trouble. In fact, all of VQ is going to be in trouble. We kind of knew this was going to come into effect. as unfortunately Vital Sam will also fall. So now you got 3 members from VQ, last life, and it's still early in this round.
It's early in the round, but again, I don't know how else to say it. Like it's like when you know you got a big lead in baseball and you can trade outs for runs. It doesn't matter if they score. If we just get an out, we'll eventually win the ball game. You know what I'm saying? They're so far ahead in the respawn. As long as they trade lives, as long as they trade kills, they're gonna win by elimination, domination. There's not a damn thing anybody can do about it. There's the kill on Acells, 5v4 effective now. Precision and Vital, 0 lives. Reptilian and Hndles still holding on to that extra respawn. So they got 2 in the building. Reptilian trying to get shots on Powerz. But there's the trade out. Reptilian, he'll be on his last life. Powerz, by the way, still got 2 in the bank.
Yeah, he's got plenty of lives to work with, doesn't he? Well, Xplosive will now drop down to 1 out of 4. But now that lead is getting crazy, and like we know, whenever that lead is crazy, you got to make desperation plays. Player 4 is going to fall. That's Vital Sam. Might get picked up by Reptilian here, but he won't. Now Reptilian's in a 1v1. He gets finished off. Wrap it up. Ship it via UPS. Overnight, it is over. UYU is going to take a lead 3-1.
It's one of the things you got to be careful going up against a team like UYU. If you give them a respawn economy advantage like that, and they know they can take fights confidently and trade out with you, that opens up a whole new level of beast mode for them. You saw how Powerz was treating the first half of that round. Like scurrying around, using that roadie strafe, getting into people's faces, making them uncomfortable, and winning shotgun fights on the opponent's home hill. That's just one of those things that you always have to take into account for. But without a doubt, Vanquish did still play. Like, I'm still proud of how Vanquish played that first half. They kept the pressure up. They did let UYU overwhelm them. I know it's a 3-1 scoreline, but that comes on the back of basically fighting every round from start to finish.
Oh, here we go. Drop shot is there. We see it all too often here on this map. But then again, you know, it's like, well, UYU was pretty much dominating that, not only control tower fight, but also the mid battle. So I still benefit them going in to that drop shot fight. Now, granted, though, VQ is going to commit a little bit more down low, whereas opposed to UYU, they're going to send a couple more up top. So now you got to deal with TJ with the torque bow, but Vital Sam does get out with the drop shot. So it's a give and take. And I like this ring around the rosy for Powerz, but there's TJ. Effective with, you know, the torque, taking down Acells.
Gets 1. The E hill still decapped. The home hill of UYU uncapped. The only people gaining points in this one is Vanquish. Vital Sam's going to rotate all the way back to his home hill. Precision is going to have the look at TJ. But TJ's going to try to wait for these respawns. They're going to keep snubbing out, trying to get shots on. I don't know if you want to press this big boy. You got a power weapon. You don't want to give that up. He backs up in time to get away safely and with his life still intact. Home hill of UYU finally going to get capped up, but it is a 2-1 hill advantage, and Vital Lord still has the 2 rockets in his pocket. TJ might need to try to use that torque to try to find Vital Sam to wipe him off the face of the planet, but they're going to have to get the call out on him and try to figure out where he is before he can even posture up for that.
That's why he rotated over. In fact, though, Vital Sam actually almost pops off onto TJ. He's just going to be ready for this. Like you said, kind of bait him out. He's going to go and get that active reload and looking, maybe pop some heads off. It's a big standstill, and VQ's happy with this. They're going to go ahead and, you know, continue to take that lead. Bit of a Hail Mary, good connection onto Xplosive, but still 1 more remains, and UYU knows this, but there's that torque bow, tries it, doesn't connect.
1 more rocket, 1 more torque. I believe I saw maybe 2 bolts left for him to use. Vital Sam's pushing up. He's going to go for the close range drop shot here in the moment. TJ gets lancered from the top side, and now Vital pulls back again. He backs out of the fight. He put himself into harm's way, but they knew they had the shots onto TJ. They knew they had his head having to be kept down. He might have been able to use that drop if he'd have had it to get the double kill on the revive, but we don't know. We won't know. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you didn't. There's the drop onto Powerz. He's going to get a lot of damage, and there's the down. Good kill, excuse me, onto Praized. Reptilian, meanwhile, on the cogwheels. He's going to get killed off. They need to get a triple cap or triple decap if UYU wants to win this one. There's the secondary drop in Kenny's hands. TJ still alive. Misrolls right there. Now hops over the cover for some god unknown reason inside Precision's face.
Well, oh! I guess we'll never. Oh my Lord, Kenny! Are you kidding me? Big plays on his part. But is it enough? I don't think it is. But my goodness, Kenny, you are nasty.
He reaction shotted the drop shot and then turned around and reaction shotted kill with an Asher. Like, how do you get that good at this game? Like, where does that come? Kenny, whose soul did you sell to? What is going on? Look at this. Reaction shot, reaction shot.
My goodness.
get it from a different perspective. Reaction shot.
UYU for real. Look at that,
Reaction
just
shot.
pixel perfect. That's a speed run. How can you take down 2 players from VQ? He just speed run that and he just set the world record. That was a beautiful play from Kenny, man. Good job on him. But hey, it's not enough to win the round, but still though, it shows the potential these boys have.
That was absolutely beautiful, but here we go, 3-2. Vanquish on the victory road. They are trying their best to get back into this one. They got to win another round to tie it up. But there's the incendiary grenades down in favor of UYU. Meanwhile, Marks over there for Vanquish to be used at their will. Drop shot still in the middle. Xplosive picks up that incendiary. 2v2 up top, 2v2 down low. Whoever can win this torque bow might be able to add some pressure or help down there at the drop shot fight. Don't see it being picked up just yet by either team. TJ tries to go for the rotation. It's not going to be a 1v1 up here. Acells versus TJ. Shot on from Acells. Beautiful job. And then he baits out the second shot and gets the kill. Good job by Vanquish.
All right. Oh, and a connection down low. Acells, good value. And Vital Sam is free to pick up that drop shot. And put it to any use he wants. And Powerz already been tagged up. That's okay. He knows someone's going to be challenging. That's Kenny now. Kenny is a deadly player, but Acells is going to go to bait and switch. 2v1. Kenny's going to be full red and broke down, finished off. And that's going to be yet another 2 down. So VQ is holding on and holding on well. They finally get an opportunity to get a touch onto E and get the full cap. But hey, look who's up top. That's going to be Xplosive. That's a big kill. Work goes out of the way.
Xplosive now bouncing around. He's trying to survive in this one. Full red. Reptilian needs one more shot. Here comes Precision to try to help out, but there's the shot on and taken down. Meanwhile, bottom of the map, 3 members of UYU are going to look to go over and try to get inside the E hill. Powerz says, "Oh, he turned on the flames. I might want to back out of that." He doesn't take the easy bait. Torquebo tries to get the kill there. Won't be able to get it. Just a bunch of damage. Snub shots out. Reptilian's not going to be able to get down onto Powerz yet. Precision's waiting in the wings. Bounce up from Powerz. This is a great 1v1 for him. He's got right hand. He took it away from Precision, who now has to back up toward the top of the control tower. Meanwhile, Kenny's down inside E hill. They have to protect him out here. They're not going to be able to do it. 2v2 still breaking out with a 3rd member of Vanquish rotating over from that middle cogwheels. Vanquish once again, another beautiful defensive stand here in round number 6.
Yeah, good job on them, man. To tie this up, that's going to be huge. And what's beneficial about that is the fact that, look, they've been consistently winning the drop shot, consistently winning the torque bow, and it seems as if they are starting to really come into their own and put a hurting on UYU. So this is looking great for VQ. We're all tied up. This next round, so important.
3-3. It's now a best of 3. First team to win 2 more rounds, and this will come away with the victory in both the map and the match. Hndles now. He'll float over top of something. Curious what they'll put out. They're gonna go to the second half home hill. They're gonna half the time on their marks. So what should we gonna do here, bro? Second half. There we go. There we go. Marks is half the time. Half the time on the marks.
At the time, it's not a lot of time left in this map in general. Yeah, but those marches are cool. So they're going to be beneficial, absolutely. But again, Ensign. Okay, interesting. So Marksa versus the Ensign. I like it. I like it. I like it. Marksa, though, you know, is going to be beneficial, especially for the boys of VQ. But again, you know, that drop shot's going to be a lot easier to battle for now that you have that extra firepower. But we're going to focus now on that top fight. I think that's the biggest thing. And interesting, look at UYU actually disregarding the push up top and also not even really focusing on the drop as much.
We're trying to go for that E-hill to apply that pressure, get that early advantage in the point system. Praized underneath those pillars will have an angle out if he wants to Lancer out, but nobody's going to be able to do anything. 2 more bolts in the bow of Reptilian. He's going to try to get that shot onto Kenny. He won't be able to get that one. 1 more shot. Reptilian has wasted 3 of these 4 shots here, and the drop shot is still not being picked up. He's revving that final shot. He's just going to have to put it out somewhere. The last shot's out. Reptilian no longer has torque bow to use. Meanwhile, nobody from UYU capped up the E-hill. Their home hasn't been capped. Acells breaks ice onto Praized. That will give them the opening they need to try to take control over this round.
Well, Vital Sam getting that drop shot's going to be huge, right? So now, once again, just like last round, VQ has all the tools needed to be successful. I say that, though. Xplosive picks up 1 big kill, goes in for the second, not able to pick him up. Reptilian will take him down. Praized last alive. Now, he's going to get focused here, and he might... Oh, not even going to get a trade. So now he's on his last life. This is not looking good for UYU. Now we're up 4-3, and again, drop shot locked in place, torque bow locked in place. UYU, they are hurting.
I'm curious what their answer is going to be here, because now they got to win 2 rounds in a row. I want to see what their next weapon placement is. It's probably going to end up being a utility in the second half. Maybe some more smokes, maybe some more flashes. Vanquish is going to do just that. They're going to hover over that, place down the smokes. Is UYU going to answer with that? Or are they going to spread the forces of Vanquish out? They're going to disable. They're going to go for the disable on the Marksa. Try to make it 4-4, and that'll give Vanquish a disable to use in round number 9 on the Incendiary. So this is going to get really hairy, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to be honest with you, disabling the Marksa, I get it, but it really didn't play that big of an impact in the last round. So for UYU, all right, they're going to take what they can get. Like you said, with VQ lucking the Ensigns in the last round, it's going to be interesting. 1v1 up top. Precision is going to try and get the quick pick, but finished off by Xplosive with a nice connection from the Ensign. Acells will also fall, but he did pick up Kenny, and Praized is going to go ahead and get that finish. Now we have 4 down for the side. Vital Sam is going to be finished off too, so Precision and Hndles are going to be the last up. TJ is going to walk away with that torque bow, and everything is looking good for UYU.
Praized has the drop shot in his hands. Hndles has to roll back away from the security. The bow comes in, doesn't connect with anybody but Acells. Gets the kill onto Xplosive inside the security. Praized, damage out from the drop shot, but no kills. You got to try to find at least one with that rocket. It's called out. There's 2 members pushing him in those cogwheels. He dropped another one out, but didn't get a kill. Incinerator out. Reptilian's going to try to go for the retake here across the map toward that first half. He's going to catch Powerz with a shot, but he's going to go down. Powerz, I don't think he's going to be able to clean him up, though. He's going to still be full red. There's the revive. Another shot on. Fake back A comes through. He goes for another up A. Finally, Powerz will go down, but Reptilian is going to be full red still to the Xplosive who comes off of respawn. So Vanquish has answered back pretty succinctly here. They've already gotten the mid-neutral and the home hill back in their favor, and they're pressuring up toward the home hill of UYU.
And they got the torque out of the way. They got the drop shot out of the way. So, yeah, they're looking solid. Even though they're down about 40 or so points, they're going to cover that ground very quickly. But now, Precision is going to get challenged. Luckily, he's got some Lancer fire down low from his teammate. Still has that button control in case UYU pushes in. That smoke, though, is going to make things crazy. But for Precision, he's not worried. He's going to hit a nice spread onto one. He's going to challenge in, hit another great spread, get the down. And then now his teammate is going to be coming up from the flank, trying to get the finishes. And they might be able to do so. And yes, they will. That was solid teamwork.
Now the button will get pressed. They'll stop him from getting the decap on the E-hill if they want. Kenny's just waiting in the wings all the way in the back by the Incinerator. He's not able to push up. They're going to watch Praized get taken down in the middle of the map. That drop shot will be coming back very shortly. Vanquish has all the positioning. They're right here. They're going to take the point lead momentarily. There's the drop shot in Reptilian's hands. Now it is on Vanquish's shoulders. All they got to do is close the round out, and they will beat UYU 5-3, 2-1. And we're going to be down to the last 40 seconds of this round, and this is the last 40 seconds of UYU's life in this Pro League match.
Yeah, this is going to be big, right, for the boys of VQ. If they could just hold on here. But this is the thing about UYU is we know they are not done until they are completely out. But I say that, now you got VQ pushing back strongly. Plus you have the drop shot in the hands. But TJ will get that fresh torque, and there you go. 3 members will drop off momentarily. Precision's going to be back up, but no one's going to be on E. This push from UYU is going to make all the difference in the world. You got a 1v1 onto E, but Precision is holding his own. That's a big 1v2. And ladies and gentlemen, VQ will hold on. UYU will lose map number 3, 5-3. The series in general, 2-1. Good on VQ for coming out and going big.
That was a huge defensive stand by Vanquish. That will solidify the round. That will solidify the map. And there you see it. COG has won the match. Instead, Vanquish has indeed won the match. They get the 2-1 victory. And after all the power weapons were out, especially with the marks of Vanquish, they had UYU's number. They adjusted the top fight to be better suited to their needs over a power weapon, forcing the play to come out, rather than allowing UYU to bait and switch with the damage. And it was picture perfect from that point forward for Vanquish. They only gave up 1 round to UYU in that second half.
They did. And you know what? I'm very surprised with that, given the fact that UYU played so well the first half. They were dominating the top fight. They were dominating that mid fight as well. When I seen the torque bow get placed as well as the drop shot, I'm thinking, man, this benefits UYU, but it didn't. It didn't actually one bit at all. VQ did not drop a map after that. And no longer did UYU win the top fight. And if they did get the top fight and get that torque bow, it's because, well, VQ wanted to prioritize the quick pick on the drop shot. They played so good. Congrats to them for taking over that victory. That's a huge victory for VQ and a big loss for UYU.
It is a massive loss for UYU. That's going to continue to tumble them down the rankings. They're going to have a harder and harder time in that first major that we've seen now announced, going into those seedings and those pools and that Swiss bracket. So good job, Vanquish. GG's to them. They continue to build their stock back up. They still have one loss on their record, and that's a bad loss to Fire and Ice, but PK has one now. So that looks like it's going to set up a showdown between Vanquish and Pittsburgh Knights here in a few weeks to try to be the #1 overall seed.
Yeah, and they're well on their way for that. I just want to say something to Juana Keegan out there. Check it out, man. I know I predicted VQ to win, but VQ won it. So the curse has been broken, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I made a prediction and was right. I actually went 3 out of 4 today, and that's because PK ended up losing to Noble. But check it out. I could have went 4 out of 4. This is going to put me up the leaderboards. I had a bad day yesterday, but I made some risky predictions today, and I think that's going to put me right back up there to a good, solid last place. Hey, I like it. Good matches overall tonight, Colin. It's really been a blast.
It has been a blast indeed. Look, we're still looking over some of these highlights, and you can see it. Look, Vanquish doing it in every possible manner. One of the things that really impressed me is Vanquish's discipline with their snub play. You can see a lot of the times where they'd get a first shot on with an Asher, maybe a few bullets in with a Lancer, and you'd see somebody quick pull the snub out and just rack off the entire magazine, helping get it down, helping solidify a kill. That's one of the better teams in the league right now that I've seen do that with their quick damage swaps to the snub. You see that helps them solidify. Both maps, UYU loses in a 5-3 fashion. Both maps indeed were won by Vanquish's rotations, damage, and help.